The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Fantasy. Sign up with the promo code MLB SGPN. Get a $1,000 bonus credit. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It is currently Friday morning, April 18th, roughly 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Roast episode Reichel, joined again by Adam Rosenberg together and break down the props for the Friday card. Going to do 3 props each as always. But Adam, I know we had a great episode last time out, but you were better than me. So I'll let you go first with the recap. So how was your plays? How'd you do? You're on mute, by the way, so before you try talking, you might want to take yourself off mute.
That's why you're one of my closest friends, because you're the kind of guy who tells me when I'm on mute, but you're not the kind of guy to call me to say, hey, I'm going to wear a black shirt as well.
No, the second straight episode, we've had the same colored shirt accidentally.
Two Northeast Jewish boys dressing alike? That never happens.
Yep.
But speaking of Jewish people, there were no military operations in Israel. In fact, they called them off late in the afternoon. Dean Kramer went over his outs. These two things are correlated. We have proven that. 3-0. We didn't do as well on the underdog entry. We got your play. The other things were Bobby Miller.
Bobby Miller struck a joke because he got
Bobby
destroyed.
Miller had 9 outs and 7 of them were Ks.
he got destroyed, got demoted again, but somehow, as you said, struck out 7 of the 9 outs he actually got. So that was just a joke and a half. But either way, point is, underdog was not great. I went 2-1, ended up losing the James Wood play. Single in the first inning, nothing after that. But I ended up winning Jock Peterson with the no hits at plus 120, got pinch hit for later in the game, so that was fun. And I also had the over Nola hits, and Nola got destroyed immediately, got torched in the first inning, and eventually did go over that outs number. So once again, a good episode for us, 5-1 on the actual props, and we'll try to keep it rolling here for the Friday games.
If you were to only follow me and say, oh man, I think Berg is like way better than Scott, I only follow him, I'm only going to tail his stuff. But I'm going to play their underdog entry. And if you play their underdog entry for a half a unit, because we do it, we're degenerates and we do this way too much, you'd be up 6 units right now on the MLB season.
Yeah. So once again, good start to the season. We'll keep it rolling. Before we get into any of the Friday props, though, quick reminder that we do have a contest for the NBA playoffs. How about the playoffs? NBA playoffs are here. SGPN's running another free contest. Did I mention it's free? Every NBA playoff game ATS, $1,000 first place winner take all prize. Enter today at sportsgamble.com/NBA playoffs. Once again, to sign up for the free contest. Anyway, starting off with the first prop for the Friday card. Adam, I'll let you go first as always. What is your first prop that you have for this Friday slate?
Hold on, Helm's calling, and he loves the ASMR of me eating
the breakfast ASMR.
Always. All right, Cole Reagan's over 7.5 Ks. We're actually going to ladder this. Going to go 8, 9, 10. 36.6% K rate. Swinging strike rate of 17, which is elite. Detroit, 28% K rate against left-handed pitching, third worst in the MLB. This is, in my opinion, the best K spot on the slate. He's gone over it. He's gone over it in his last 2 starts. 3 of his last 2. So
he hasn't just gone over, by the way. He's had 10 plus in 3 straight starts.
Yeah, he's dealing right now. So 10, 11, 10. He's crushing. Do it.
Yeah. I like the sound effect, too, at the end there. So I'm actually going to piggyback off the same game, but I'm going to go with a Tigers batter that I'm going to fade. A guy that I think is atrocious at actually hitting. I do want to ask you, though, if I asked you to name the 2 worst hitters in the league, who would you name? Guys that have been around for like a year or so.
Guys that, can I cheat?
No, I was going to say, there's no real stats to back it up, just based on reputation. Who would you go
based
with?
on reputation? Javi Baez.
Okay.
Yeah, Helms is in there. Javi Baez, and I'd probably say, I mean, reputation, Yohan Rojas, but that's not true. I'd say Javi Baez. Marsh is the worst hitter in the league right now, but Javi Baez is overwhelmingly the worst hitter in the league.
Okay, so the 2 people that I was thinking of immediately was Austin Hedges and Martin Maldonado, but I like where your head was at. Maldonado's been pretty decent this year, and Hedges has 2 home runs. Don't look now. He's more home runs than Vlad Jr., so keep that in mind. But for the actual answer, in my opinion, of who might be the worst, I think Kreidler's atrocious, and he has been his entire career. I know we faded him last year when they called him up once Baez was on the shelf, either with injury or the Tigers told him to get lost, however you want to actually phrase it. Point is, though, Kreidler, so far this season, has been awful as well. He's had no hits in 7 of his last 8 games. He's also 1 for 13 against lefties, that is out of plate appearances. And for reference, in his career against Major League pitching, he has been a sub 200 hitter. In fact, he's batting 141 in his career in a sample size of 207 MLB plate appearances. A 141 batting average. He's batting 118 this year. Against lefties, he's batting 154 in his career in 72 plate appearances. He stinks. That's my thought on that one. He's got speed. He can field. That's why he plays center field now. But he can't hit. And I do think that Reagans, who's been great against everybody, has been pretty good at limiting hits as well. He has allowed less than 6 hits in every outing so far this season. But Kreidler, no hits, is at minus 135. Might sound a bit juicy, but it's really not when, once again, he's a career 141 hitter, and Reagans has been insane so far this season. I'll fade Kreidler. I think he's awful. I think he might be the worst hitter in the league. Give me Kreidler, no hits at minus 135.
Is he getting 4 plate appearances? I mean, the stats back.
He might get pinch hit for,
I'm not,
to be honest.
We bet a little different. I'm not crazy about 3. I'm not minus 135.
Well, he's bottom of the order.
Henry Davis, by the way. Henry Davis is bad too. I see.
That's true. You're assuming, though, that since he is bottom of the order, he usually bats around 9th. Would he get pinch hit for in a close game? Probably, because he's not a good hitter at all. So there is a chance in a close game he does get pulled for a bench bat. But I do think he is, objectively speaking, a bad hitter, and I'll fade bad hitters at minus 135.
Okay.
So that's my thoughts on that one. I understand your point. We kind of handicap that differently, but we have been fading Kreidler for a long time, and he normally comes through for us. So
he does. I don't have a problem with this. Look, like, here's some degen stuff for everybody. Like, a lot of the ones that are a little juicier, I'll take on a local because I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's on credit. Yeah, and it's fine. And so yeah, I think it's fine. The stats all back it up. He's not coming out. He had a power surge to start the year, to be very clear.
For like the first series, I think he did, and then after that, he went back to being Ryan.
His
Kreidler.
last 10 games, you want to get even worse? Check this out. His last 10 games, his average is he's 1 for his last 19.
Yep.
And but his expecting batting average is 155. His actual average is 0.53. His BABIP is 1, like 0.1, which means that he's not even just unlucky.
He's not even
just
close.
Not good. It's not even close.
As far as I'm concerned, he's a pretty good base runner.
His WRC plus is minus 14.
The thing is, he wasn't even a good hitter in the minors.
He's really good at walking, though. You want to take him to score a run?
He walked twice. I actually was thinking about maybe taking a shot at that if you want to get really bold with it. But the point is, he does walk. It's why he sometimes gets on base. Ooh. He was a bad hitter in the minors, too. He's been a bad hitter everywhere he's gone, and yet he's still there because he's fast. So I'll fade him.
He also clearly hurt you.
No, I've actually made a lot of money backing him.
Okay.
Or fading him in this case in the past. But the only concern is a bunt single. I'll live with that. So once again, give me the Kreidler no hits as my first prop. Adam, though, what is your second prop for the Friday card?
My second prop, I'm going hitters.
Okay. That's a shock for you.
I know, it's a big shock for me. But I'm going with Yandy Diaz over 1.5 total bases.
I think it's Yandy, but close enough. Yandy?
No one else says that. I call him.
I'm pretty sure it's Yandy.
Who cares?
Just saying.
He's like what do you call? You call it's Yanier Diaz and Yandy Diaz. Is that 2 different guys?
Yeah,
I know, but like, what do you call? So what do you call the one on Houston?
I just call him Diaz.
Okay, well that doesn't work because there's like 5 Diaz's in the league.
Yeah, correct. I mean, usually if you say Houston, how about Diaz? I usually go Yanier Diaz, and then I go Yandy Diaz.
I say Yanier Diaz, and I say Yandy
and then
Diaz.
Yandy Diaz. Yeah.
I don't say Yandy. No,
okay.
No, I'm not doing that. That's
right.
not playing.
That's fine. Right. So tell me about Yandy Diaz.
Let me tell you about the Yandy Diaz. Yandy Diaz in his last 5 games has been smoking it. He has a 14% barrel rate. He has WOBO 337, 238. He's slugging 476. But most importantly, when we go up, he's going up against our guy Rodon. We're gonna take him to hit a home run, by the way.
Okay.
Just so everyone knows.
You don't need to convince me with Rodon pitching. So,
well,
he's on our good list, but for different reasons.
He 11 at bats against Rodon, 364, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. He does have a little bit of a K thing in there, but that's going to be expected. Let's kind of see what we got with both the Diaz guys are here. Let me just see this. Like I like him a lot today. 5-1 for his home run. And plus 105 for his total bases. He has hits against lefties in 4 of his last 5 games. He has hit his total base number in 2 of his last against lefties in 2 of his last 3 games. At home, he's been doing that. He did that in 3 of his last 5 games. He's just been mashing the ball pretty well. He's really good against lefties. I like this. Rodon is just not like. Let me just pull up again his lefty number, his lefty splits, because they're just. I mean, everything's atrocious. He's got a FIP of 5.43 and a fly ball rate of 42% and a home run to fly ball ratio of 25%. That's absurd.
I mean, as a Yankees fan, I don't think he's very good, but he does strike people out. So I guess that's the trade-off, but a lot of home runs when he's pitching. Yeah, yep. Before we get into any of the other props for the Friday card, quick reminder that we are brought to you by our sponsor, Edge. Have you ever tried to, once again, put some money into your betting account from your bank at around 2 a.m., ever need cash at 2 a.m. for another shot at the tables, but your deposit gets blocked? That'll not happen to you with Edge Boost, because they are the first ever bank account built for bettors. They give you fast, reliable access to your money, make it easier to move money where and when you need it without the delays that come from traditional banks. Plus, it gets better. Every time you deposit into a qualified gambling account, you'll earn cash rewards with a 0.5%. All this for no usage fees and no minimum balance. And a reminder, they also have a ton of responsible gambling tools to help you manage your bankroll, make informed decisions. So what are you waiting for? Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN, edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Sign up for the Edge Boost card today. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Whose bookie?
My bookie.
My bookie is the place to bet every sport, including the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. If you want to bet on baseball as well, you can. They have props in every game. They also accept customers for a ton of locations. You can also use crypto for Lightning Fest payouts and easy deposits. That's mybookie.ag. With the promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. Mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first 3 props that we have for the Friday card. For my second prop, I am going to go with some hitter props as well. I'm going to go with Gary Sanchez, under half a walk at minus 130. Sanchez has really not been disciplined at the plate for, I'd say, a long time in his career. But you're looking at his numbers recently, 0 walks in 6 of the last 7 games. You're looking at his numbers against lefties this season, not great either. 10 plate appearances, 1 walk, 0 hits. We know that teams used him in the past as kind of a lefty specialist, but he's been bad against lefties. So I don't really know what he's supposed to do now, but he might be in the lineup in this one. But I think that the minus 130 price is pretty interesting. You're looking at Abbott, who does walk some guys, but I do think that he's a solid pitcher in general. Sanchez, though, has just not been cut against lefties, and that was kind of his signature thing. But he also doesn't walk in general because he is pretty much a free swinger. Give me the Sanchez under walks at minus 130. I think the price feels cheap to me. I think it should be in general being like minus 150 unless you're an elite walk guy. And Sanchez is not an elite walk guy. So give me the under half a walk at minus 130.
Who's pitching?
It's Abbott.
Well,
but not Costello.
I mean, Abbott is
he does walk some guys, but
there's Sanchez actually another there's other plays there's another play I like with him. I mean, we win this bet if he gets a hit off him, so it's still fine. He's not going to walk. Like Gary Sanchez was not picked up for his patience at the plate. That's not what he does.
He occasionally goes yard as a power bat while batting 220.
I don't understand how you're a part-time power bat who only can hit on one side, and it's not. You don't even do that well.
Can you call him a reverse like Vogelbach or reverse Tellez?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, reverse Vogelbach.
Is that like a way to look at him, kind of?
Rowdy Tellez is Tribe, so I can't hate on that guy.
No, you know what I mean, though. Like in terms of
he went yard, by the way, like a week ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying using him in like a spot start specialist type of situation, hoping he just occasionally hits a home run. That's kind of what Gary Sanchez is at this point.
He's terrible.
Correct, but I think that the walk option, once again, he can get a hit, he can do whatever he wants. But I do think that with him being bad against lefties as well this season, he's just not seeing the ball well because I don't think he's very good. So give me the under half a walk.
Maybe his eyes are messed up.
Maybe. I mean, as a Yankees fan, I was never really a fan, but
there's a solid number of dudes that are worth actually like completely fading out today for no hits that I'm noticing.
He might get lifted too if a righty comes in.
Yeah, I mean, Vinny Capra. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway,
fine.
all right,
Okay.
yeah. He stinks.
Yeah,
I'm just looking
so-
into Fat Jake Bowers from Helms is a good call out.
My first
for
two plays, though, I'm going to fade bad players, which tends to be a common
Tends to
theme
work
that
for
we
us.
roll with on this podcast.
Yep, it's fine.
So there you go. For your third and final prop, though, what are you going to go with on this one?
I am going to go with Zach Wheeler over 18.5 outs. It's plus money. So he had a tough outing against St. Louis, and he still went over 18. The Atlanta game was the only game where he truly missed, and Atlanta doesn't really chase. They K, but they don't chase. That was also like a weird kind of series. He's going against Miami today, and Miami is not Atlanta. He's, I believe, like 11-2 against them with a 2.3 ERA in his career. They don't walk. They don't hit for power. They don't take counts deep. This is not a well-disciplined Miami team.
Shout out to Miami, by the way. They had like 13 hits yesterday and still lost by multiple runs.
Completely agree. So you're getting a true workhorse pitcher who's going to go, who's going to have pitch count into the 90s. Look, I think that having him saying, yeah, is he going to get into the 6th? I think it's great. He doesn't, you
mean 7th, right?
Well, sorry, 6 full and 6 plus pitch into the 7th. So 6.1, we win. Yeah, again, like he has gone over this. He went over this against Colorado. He still went 6 against St. Louis, even though he gave up 4 earned runs. He's not going to do that against Miami. And he went 5. He went into the 6th against Atlanta, who are a lot tougher than Miami. So yeah, give me Wheeler over the outs plus money. Wait, you know what we should pause and stop and do and tell everybody?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Oh, it's not a planned bit, but I think we had what I'm going to call our cash of the year yesterday.
Shout out to Griffin Canning.
Shout out to Griffin. Griffin Canning is absolutely a friend of the program.
What's a griffin again? A griffin's like a dinosaur? No, it's like a dragon.
It's like a dragon,
dragonish thing.
Yeah, it means more if you're from like one of the like either Ireland.
He's named after a dragon. You got to be willing to put it all on the line.
For Harry Potter fans, this is a huge deal. But yeah, Griffin Canning, who actually got traded to Atlanta in the offseason and then got traded, then they cut him and he went to the Mets. He went out there with 84 pitches in the 6th inning or in the 5th inning, and he was like, I'm tired. And they said, F you, you are not. And they made him pitch 104 pitches.
That was the 6th inning, by the way.
Sure.
They had Garrett warming up for the lefty, and they let him pitch at around 99 pitches.
Oh, it was awesome, dude. We needed him to all we needed him to do was get over 17.5 outs. Moved against us all day, and our entire cap was that the Mets used everybody the day before. It was gorgeous. And
he also walked a bunch of guys, and yet he
threw 31 pitches in the 1st inning, dude. I thought that was dead.
Yeah, and then he ended up coming back, and he ended up getting the job done. So shout out to Griffin Canning.
Griffin Canning should get an SGPN t-shirt.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll send him something because Steele might be out Steele's out for the year for Chicago.
Yeah,
so we need to find the new guy to back on SGPN.
I think it should be Griffin Canning.
Okay, that's a nominee. We'll run it through the higher ups and see what we can do.
Okay.
Anyway, cool. For my final prop on the show, I am going to go with the hitter prop as well. I'm going to go with Sal Frelick. I'm going to go with his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at -115. Been great lately. He's had at least 2 hits, runs, and RBIs in 6 of the last 8 games. Also been good at home at least 2 HRR in 6 of his last 7 home games. You have Ginn pitching for the A's, who, according to one start, was decent. But under the hood, not so much. I feel like, once again, it might be a good spot to sell somewhat high on a pitcher that I know both of us are not very high on. Frelick, though, has been hitting well. He's in the middle of the lineup there, so he should have some guys on base when he does come to the plate. But he has some speed. He has, overall, I think, a nice current form where he's batting over 300. But I think that based on Ginn's numbers in his career and based on Frelick's form right now, I think it's a good price at -115. We think Milwaukee might get some guys on base against them, and I do think that Frelick can maybe drive a guy in or two. But give me Frelick over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at -115. Thoughts?
He doesn't. Helms might know this. Does Frelick get lifted? Because he's a lefty specialist, isn't he?
I don't think he is. I mean, he's batting 300 and change.
Maybe I don't know.
Well, he bats lefty, so it wouldn't be
Oh, so he wouldn't be a lefty specialist. Yeah. No, that's fine.
See.
I'm into it.
No, he has 28 appearances against lefties, 38 against righties, batting .321 against lefties and .316 against righties. So he's good against both.
Rocking and rolling.
So There you go. But that's my last prop there. Yeah, anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Cool.
Totally.
So before we get into the best bets and the underdog lineup, quick reminder that we are brought to you by our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy, because you can play there and pick them for a chance to win 100 times your money. You can also mix and match your sports. You can do MLB. If you want to do NBA play-in, if you want to do NBA playoffs, if you want to do Stanley Cup stuff, you can do that too. Don't forget, though, when you sign up for your new account, use the promo code MLB SGPN to claim a special kind of first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 bonus cash on fantasy promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they are the home of ad back picks and props. They also are live Major League Baseball and models on NBA and golf as well. You can also build your own model, which is very easy and simple to do. Adam, it's that time of the show again, mid-ad read. You get to pull up the robots to find out what play we like. Adam, what play do the robot overlords suggest for us today?
Our robot overlords at Rhythm. Let's see. What do we got here? So their favorite play on the prop side, I don't really pay attention to as much on the Rhythm. Rhythm's too sharp for me on the hitting side. Though they got Brandon Lau in there. Is it Lau or Low?
I think it's a Lau.
I think it's Lau. I don't know. It's he was at the Capitol, so that's all I know. So
is that him or one of his brothers?
It could have been any of them.
It could have been all of them.
Could have been Bad Teeth Nate. Yeah. All right. So look, they just so everyone knows, they like him to get a hit, Cedric Mullins to get a hit. Which I do like, but I like to go with their pitching stuff. They are into Wheeler under Ks. I don't know if I want that. They like, let's see, Jackson Jobe over 3.5 strikeouts. That could be doable for us.
I don't think he had many against Minnesota, but I can't stand that Kansas City lineup right now.
Let me look. I mean, he's not really a strikeout pitcher is the problem. Let's see. We got time because we cruised through all that.
Yeah. I mean, usually we aim for like 30 minutes. That's usually the
I know.
time frame I go for.
We're talking as if people don't like, dude, people tune in for us. So, who was I looking up again?
I mean, to be fair, people don't have a choice to tune in for me because I'm on like every podcast now. But yeah,
that's fair. But they have a choice with me, and they still are like, yeah,
that is true.
I'll talk to Adam.
They use you for the fish poster in the background.
It is, which rotates now.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, like let's see, it's like Yamamoto's and stuff there. Oh, you know what? Okay, so let me see what they like with Bryce Elder. I'm a big fan of when they tell us to take an under here.
What a pitching matchup, by the way, Elder versus Paddock.
I have thoughts on that. I mean, I want Paddock. I think Paddock had the Griffin Canning game of his life last.
He still didn't pitch that well, but he did well.
He still didn't pitch that well, and he had the game of his life. Yeah, hold on.
And the Braves are at home for once, so that might help him with the bat.
So, in terms of things that they like here, let's see. I actually think I'm going to take a stab at this Jackson Jobe over 3 because, so Kumar Rocker did not have good K stuff, and that was something that Rhythm liked yesterday, and he still hit.
Yeah,
I am willing to trust the robots on this one, on the Jackson Jobe. Like last 2 weeks, the K rate with Kansas City. I mean, look, Kansas City on the road. We already know what's going to happen here, right? We know.
I think this game's a rock fight. So
yeah, look, they have a 25% K rate on the road. If we look at them against left-handed pitching or against right-handed pitching on the road, because I am convinced that this Kansas City team cheats. That is a story for another day. Yeah. They have a 24.5% K rate on the road. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do the Jackson Jobe over 3.5 Ks as our Rhythm robot endorsed play. And yeah, I like it. I'm tracking.
Yep, sounds good. A reminder, though, when you do sign up for Rhythm, you can also get a nice discount, two different discount codes, depending on what type of play you want. They have a monthly deal, and they also have an annual deal. Monthly deal, though, 25% off the monthly subscription with the promo code SGPN25, 50% off the annual deal with the promo code SGPN50. That's RHM promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through all 6 of our props for Friday. Now it's time for the best bets. Adam, out of all 3 of the plays you gave out, which do you like the most?
Reagan's K's.
Guy's a monster. So yeah,
I'll fade him in September, but not today
because his arm might fall off in September based on how many he
did last year.
Yeah, pretty much. I agree with you though. I think that he's in line for a very good outing here. For my best bet, I had a couple of options here, but give me the Gary Sanchez under walks. I think it's an insane price of -130. He doesn't walk in general. I understand that Abbott might walk some guys on occasion, but I feel like you're looking at Gary Sanchez, who we know swings at everything. He might get lifted anyway. minus 130. Like, he's been bad against lefties. Abbott will be incentivized to test him and to go after him because he's one of the weaker spots in this lineup. So I do think that going after Sanchez is the way to go. He might end up getting pulled in this game for a pinch runner or for a pinch hitter maybe if a righty reliever comes in. But Sanchez under half a walk at minus 130 when he's had 0 walks in 6 of the last 7 games. I think it's pretty interesting. I'll go with that as my main best bet because of the price. Now it's time for the underdog entry, though, for us. Adam, do we want to recycle any of the 6, or are we pulling up a brand new entry from scratch?
No, I think we're doing a new entry from scratch.
Okay. Do you want to throw Job in there?
Yeah. Let me look it up.
Yeah. But we're gonna trust the robots.
Yeah, I think this is a good one for us.
I mean, it's a very low number against a team that really can't hit.
Yeah. Let me pull up underdog. Okay, so what do you want?
Well, we talked about Job.
We got that. So Job higher.
I'm going to ask you, are there any actual matchups you liked? I know you said that they also liked Mullins.
I like Matt Olson a lot. I like Matt Olson a lot today.
I can get behind that. I mean, we get to fade Paddock. That's always fun.
I think he hits a home run, but let's do his over 1.5 total bases.
Okay. If you want to go for the hotter take, you can go RBI.
No.
Okay. That was shut down immediately. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, I just don't want to rely on anybody else on the Braves.
It's fine.
Well, do you want to do his over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, or is it over 1.5 bases?
I'll let you pick because you're the one who wants to take Olson.
I mean, let's take his bases.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Give us a double or a home run. We're probably betting the home run.
Lead out double. And then what do you want?
And then what do I want? That is the question.
Oh, wait, Creedler's on here.
Oh God. You want to take You want to do Kreidler?
Oh, dude, it's a 6.1 multiplier if we do it.
We have a choice. I feel like we can either go with Kreidler no hits or we can go with Yamamoto strikeouts.
Kreidler no hits.
Okay, that's fine.
I like the Yamamoto strikeouts.
That's why I mentioned it.
Yamamoto strikeouts is also like I have that. I like it because he's just elite right now.
He's giving up no earned straight.
The Rangers aren't necessarily K-ing a lot, but that's like one that he's just elite right now. Let's do what do you want to do? Want to go for it or what do you want?
No, I want Kreidler. Why not?
Let's do Kreidler. Yeah.
Okay. So once again, the 3-pick entry is going to be Job, higher 3.5 strikeouts. We're going to go with Kreidler, no hits. And we also are going to go, or I should say the lower half a hit. And then we'll also go with Matt Olson, higher 1.5 total bases. Adam, you said that payout was 6.1?
Yeah.
Cool. So once again, that is
half a unit on that. Okay, $50 turns into like $270 or something. So
I don't have the math. I'd say patience to double check that. So that sounds good to me. Anyway, we're back once again on the prop portion on Monday. Of course, I'll be back on the MLB show later today at 5 with Lonte. Adam, let the people know where they can find you.
At Hey Rosenberg everywhere.
Okay.
And here Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
Yep, you can find me on Twitter, Reichel Radio. I'm on the NBA show, the MLB show, the tennis show. I did a rhythm show yesterday. That was pretty fun. Shout out to Joe. But anyway, till next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.